When you're working with epoxy, the epoxy likes to be warmed up. It flows out a lot better with white pigment. What I'm creating here is a skim coat or a sealer. What I'm doing is creating some epoxy resin, and I'm going to skim coat the board, the EPS foam. It strengthens the board for one thing, and I'm going to create like an eggshell finish on the foam. As we started with the single fin, and that the placement was wherever you wanted to find the primary turning point of the board, that's where you set the fin. And so then when it came to twin fins, the question came up about where do you set the fins? Do they go straight with the stringer? Do they toe out, away from the nose? The more you toe it in, the looser the board. The more you straighten it out, the stiffer the board. So, or more drive. So there's just that balance where you put the fins. The other question comes up about the angle of the fins, the canter it's called. Once again, the more angled, the looser the board, the more straight up and down, the more stiffer or more drive. And then as time went on, it became just the standard, the fin is 1/4 of an inch towed in, so the back of the fin, you take the back of a fin and from here to here, it just toes in 1/4 of an inch. From here to there is 1/4 of an inch toe in. So now I'm going to router out a fin system here. This one is the Future fin system, which is, we use 2 fin systems in our business, the Future and the FCS. This happens to be the Future. I use the Future for my quads. The reason I like that, and both fin systems are really good. On the quads I use the Future fins because they have more angles to choose from. You've got the opportunity for more fin selection of angles. Everybody's different, so one guy, if he comes in, the board's a little too stiff, we'll throw a different fin setup in there that's got a little more angle to it, once again, to loosen it up, or vice versa. If it's too loose, we can stiffen it up. There's the Future fin system. This is the FCS Fusion, which is really good. Once again, it's strong, it's light, and they have a good fin selection. So what we're going to do now, we're going to mount the FCS fin system. The cant, it's called. We're filming away here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start rolling this cloth out now. Laminates are in place. They're soaking up real nice. That's the glassing process. What I'm going to do is let this dry. I'm going to flip it over. Called sand the laps. I'm going to sand this lap that goes around it, and then glass the other side with 2 layers of cloth, just like I did the bottom, and that's the lamination procedure. Okay. What we're going to be doing now is I'm going to sand the surfboard. I'm going to start by detailing out the fin boxes, and then go right into sanding the board. So what we're doing here, this is actually what we call a pre-sand, and what's is nice on the epoxy is this is a pre-sand before I hot coat the board. So the hot coats, that's how we can create a lighter board and a real clean finish. So this is a pre-sand. We're going to hot coat the board, and then after that hot coat, then we're going to do a final sand on the board, and the board is completely finished.